In our unboxing video for the iPhone 12, Ash mentioned that Apple might have done a good enough job with this year's iPhone that even last year's iPhone 11 users might have a solid enough reason to upgrade. But a lot of people who have actually upgraded to the iPhone 12 from the iPhone 11, well, they aren't really happy. The reason? Well, they claim that the iPhone 11 is actually a better, faster phone than the iPhone 12. So, could this really be true? Could Apple have really lied to all of us? Let's investigate. The first argument that I have come across is that the iPhone 11 is actually faster than the iPhone 12 when it comes to day-to-day scenarios. Now guys, I've told you this multiple times, I don't put much stock on benchmarks because higher numbers, they don't always translate into real-world speed. Well, let's run it through these series of tests. First up, we have Apple's own apps. So those are system apps for iOS 14 that have been purpose-built for iPhones. Starting with the phone app. That was instantaneous. Then Apple Maps. Messages. Both seem to be equally fast. Let's try the camera. And finally Safari. There wasn't a real noticeable speed difference between either phones. Okay, next up we move on to social media apps. Instagram, they're both neck and neck. Same for Facebook. Twitter again was very close. Reddit takes a bit of time on both devices, but the iPhone 12 loads it a bit faster. And finally the YouTube app. Well, this too is a tie. So now we can see a split second difference between the two. And as expected is the iPhone 12 coming out with the lead here. But the gap is so marginal, I doubt anyone can really tell that in real life usage. Which means we'd have to move on to our hardest challenge, loading graphic intensive games. This should give the A13 and A14 Bionic a chance to properly stretch their legs. For the final round, we have three fairly intense games. First up, Call of Duty Mobile. Both phones are neck and neck, but the iPhone 12 steals the win. Next up in line, we have Asphalt 9. And actually the iPhone 12 is once more faster, but by a hair's breadth. And the same for Ace Force Combat Evolved as well. But guys, here's the deal. Yes, the iPhone 12 was faster, but that was like by a couple of frames. So we are talking 1 by 60 or 1 by 30th of a second here. You know what else takes less than a second? Subbing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. So if you haven't subscribed to C4E Tech yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel and become a part of our notification squad. That's it for performance, but what about RAM management? Well, we reloaded all the apps. Yes, all of them, right from the phone app down to all the games. And guess what? The iPhone 12 stumbled quite a bit. First, it reloads Safari. Then when it came to the social media section, it reloaded Instagram, Facebook, and even Reddit. Thankfully though, the games were in memory. In comparison, the iPhone 11 had everything in its memory. So, conclusion time. Is the iPhone 11 really faster? I don't think so. I mean, the difference between the two is nearly imperceptible to the naked eye. So I genuinely don't think anyone can differentiate between them when it comes to day-to-day usage. That being said, I can understand why some people might feel the iPhone 12 isn't a major performance upgrade. After all, shouldn't the A14 Bionic always come out on top of the A13? Well guys, there's one more thing at play here. That's the display. Yes, that display we raved so much about. Well, the sharp text and crisp images come at the cost of more pixels. And having 2 times the pixels to drive means that the A14 Bionic inside the iPhone 12 has to work almost twice as hard as the A13. That plus these are early days for the new iPhone, which could explain a lack of optimization for RAM management. So there's a chance that the performance might improve in the future. Okay, so for the next stage, let's check out if there's a difference in extended usage. Again, we chose Call of Duty since this is something that would push the CPU as well as the GPU of the systems real hard, and we would be able to see if any of the two devices suffer from frame drops or choppy animations. Okay, so we are gonna play on both phones for 20 minutes, and through the magic of editing, we are at the end of 20 minutes. And voila, let's take a look at the temperatures. The iPhone 11 records a maximum of 39 degrees Celsius to the front and about 41 degrees Celsius to the back. Coming to the iPhone 12, we have a max of around 39 degrees Celsius to the front as well as the back. We started the test with both phones at 100% battery life. The iPhone 11 lost 4% battery, while the iPhone 12, it ended up at 95%. So in 20 minutes of gaming, it lost 1% more battery life compared to the iPhone 11. But that's something we already knew coming into this. Oh, and if you were curious, both phones had their battery health at 100%. So both devices had a fair shot. So basically these were all the complaints that I heard about the new iPhone, and well, I've tried to address them as best I can in this video. There's one more thing that I personally was curious about, so I decided to throw it in there. These are side-by-side camera samples of the iPhone 12 and 11. Now, we all know that the hardware hasn't changed much between the last 2 generations. We still have the dual 12 megapixel primary plus ultra-wide combo. And as expected, the daytime shots came out looking excellent on both devices. In night mode though, it seems the processing on the iPhone 12 is slightly better. The images appear crisper and don't have a yellowish hue to them. But hey, more on the cameras, the battery and the performance in our full review. And that's where we deep dive into how the iPhone 12 has performed as a daily driver. So if you're excited for the review, do subscribe to the channel. Also, have you been using an iPhone 12? How's your experience been? Do let me know in the comments below. And with that, we come to the end of this video. As always, like, share, subscribe. Oh, I told that already. Anyway, hit that notification bell. Thanks a lot for watching till the end. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.